much money does Bryson DeChambeau make off YouTube? How much did he make off the Trump video? But really, what has been the larger impact to his channel? We're going through all that today. Let's hop over. This is obviously the inspiration for it. Can I break 50 with President Trump? This has got to be one of the most groundbreaking, shake the internet YouTube golf videos that's ever come out. And let me preface this whole thing by saying the video with Trump was for the exact opposite purpose of making money. We're talking about it because it's an interesting color to see the success of the video, but this was actually a very charitable video. They had donations both in the fundraising aspect of the video where people who watch could donate. Currently, there's over $23,000 going to the Wounded Warrior Project, but also Trump and Bryson were donating $10,000 for a birdie and $20,000 for an eagle within the video. So there's a huge charitable aspect to this whole thing, and you're gonna see throughout this video it's kind of a note with Bryson. He's not really doing this for the money, but it is very interesting to see this side of things. I compared it yesterday in my Instagram story to just talking the Garrett and the Grant rematch. That had a lot of hype. That felt like it was groundbreaking. That, for context, I'm pretty sure right now is sitting at 1.5 million views, something like that. We had a video that was two of the biggest personalities in YouTube golf coming back together for the first time in a long time after a very dramatic, really falling out in a lot of ways. And okay, 2 million views right there, sitting right there. That was the match. That was the big comeback match that we all wanted to see. But this video, when it got teased on Instagram the day before, I said this was gonna shock the world. This was going to do something to YouTube golf that we've never seen done before, and it absolutely has, and we are going to break it down today. So if you guys enjoy these videos, hit that subscribe button. I'm obviously making this one because of this video, but also you enjoyed the last one with Grant so much that I figured I'd make another one of these how much they make videos. Anyway, let's dive right into it. So we have the Break 50 video that went out yesterday, and in one day it is currently sitting at 5 million views. If we look at Bryson's view stats, this was from right 6 hours after the video was released. This hasn't been updated from before the release, so although the video showing here, none of this is with the video in it. He was sitting at 881,000 subscribers. He had a CTA at the beginning of this video that said, hey, we're trying to beat Grant to 1 million. I'm gonna get back to that in a second. We're trying to beat Grant to 1 million. Let's try to get there. I think it was if they did it before the end of the month, 5 random subscribers get $1,000 or something like that. Well, anyways, if you refresh view stats right now, he went from 881,000 this time yesterday. 24 hours later, he is sitting at 1.9 million, and I think on his YouTube channel that's now up to 1.1, so 1,110,000 subscribers, up from the 881,000 that he was day before. So it's it's unbelievable. It's by the time this video sees a week, he's probably going to have gained I don't know, 500,000 subscribers. I don't think that's out of the question. I think comfortably 300,000, if not 500,000 subs gained from this, which is just insane. The fact that right now the video is currently sitting at 5 million views. For comparison, his next best video was 500 at this time after a day and 5 hours is 514,000. So his video right now, 4.92. I think more real time, it's getting closer to 5 million displaying on YouTube here. View stats can kind of be a little behind sometimes in the real time statistics, but either way, it is incredible what this video has done. Now the impact of it, we're gonna get to the money in a second, but the impact of it, just the fact that this is YouTube golf, this video was #1 on trending yesterday, #1 on trending on YouTube, which means it was on the home page. If you don't have a YouTube channel and you click on YouTube, which is a lot more people than you think, the home page of YouTube had this video. It's absolutely insane because this is a video that has reached and is reaching so far beyond just YouTube golf. But one of the coolest things is if you click on this video and you watch the beginning of it, Bryson literally within the first minute shouts out Grant Horvath, saying that he's in a race to 1 million subscribers with him. He mentions GM Golf Garrett Clark by name 3 or 4 times in the video. So he is not. The thing I love about Bryson is he's not pretending he's this celebrity coming into our world and being bigger than YouTube golf. He's just being YouTube golf. He's a YouTube golfer. He's giving his props to all the other YouTube golfers. It's so cool. He's part of this community. He's not trying to be bigger than it, even though this specific video is substantially bigger than it. This has never, ever happened before. 1 million views, 5 million views in one day. I think there is no doubt that this video is going to pass 10 million views, probably maybe even before the end of the week. I think definitely in its lifetime it's going to pass 10 million. It's going to be one of the most viewed like golf videos of all time on the internet. So it's unbelievable. Political views aside, it's unbelievable that he was able to get this. It's crazy. And for him to have done it, I said this on my Instagram too, like it couldn't have been Garrett, it couldn't have been Grant, because, you know, no offense to them, but I don't think Donald Trump knows who they are. Donald Trump is a huge golf fan. He's too old for YouTube golf probably, but he knows professional golfers, and Bryson just won the US Open. He's a current US Open champion. He's obviously, you know, a champion that has been before. Trump knows who he is from the past, but current reigning US Open champion with the current presidential candidate, it just makes so much sense. So anyways, let's get into the numbers. Let's get into why you guys are here, because I think this is super fascinating. So in the last 28 days, this is not including the Trump video, Bryson has had 15.65 million views. So for the purpose of the calculations, let's just go through the Trump video really quick. The Trump video had 5 million views. 1,000 is our divisible CPM. So for those of you guys who missed the last one, YouTube AdSense pays in cost per milli, which stands for every 1,000 views, how much you're going to get paid. What's the advertising rate? So we divide by 1,000, we get 5,000 advertising units for sale. Now, the last video I estimated based off a video that I showed you of mine that had about a $25 CPM that was about 45 minutes long. We gave a very, what I said, low estimate CPM to Grant of $25. Now, I'm not going to say whose it's been from. I'm not going to say who it's referring to, but I've had some very reliable sources from inside YouTube golf talk to me about big creators, not one in specific, but big creators, and I've had so many confirmations that the CPMs at the top end of YouTube golf are significantly higher than that, and even significantly higher than this. I've heard up to $50 CPMs that aren't uncommon. So for today's sake, again, I want to stay in a more realistic estimate. I've seen $35 CPM on my channel and some of my longer videos. I know this is a CPM that it could be. The advertising rates could be a little lower because, I mean, people are probably picking and choosing if they want to put ads on this video. So this video in specific, and we're just going to use the $35 across Bryson's channel today. But if we take that $35 CPM, 5,000 advertising units, the video already has netted out $175,000 in advertising revenue. Now you remember, if you missed the last video, creators get a portion of that. We get a rev split with YouTube. It's not a straight percentage. There's a ton of factors that go into it, but for today's purpose, we're going to be using a $20 RPM on Bryson's channel, which I think would be accurate off a $35 CPM. So again, we take that, we multiply by 5,000, and that is $1,000 in revenue to Bryson and his channel. So YouTube's pulling 175, they take their cut. Bryson would be getting paid out $100,000 in just one day. Let's keep in mind, this is not the lifetime of the video. It's just one day, this video. And again, I think this is a low estimate. This is an estimate, but I think this is a low estimate. There are a lot of, if you just search like how much YouTube paid me for 5 million views, you can find tons of videos from random creators, and there are definitely ones where the payout was higher than this. So YouTube golf, I think, has very high CPMs, but there's a lot of variability in this, and it could be way more than this, but I think this is a pretty fair estimate. But now, again, let's go back, let's look at the last 28 days. Obviously that added 5 million views to this point, to this number. So for the purposes of calculations, we're going to go off 15 million views. Just a nice round number in the last 28 days. I do think it's obviously going to be higher because of this, so we can just add this on at the end. But in the last 28 days, Bryson, 15 million views, so 15,000 basically like advertising units for sale, $35 CPM, that's $525,000 of advertising YouTube has sold on Bryson's channel alone. With a $20 RPM, that takes us to $300,000 in potential ad revenue for Bryson. So listen, the guy's doing well. The guy is doing very well. And again, just keep in mind, this is all just ad revenue from YouTube AdSense, the advertising program built into the platform. This is not any additional brand deals, which I don't really think Bryson's done any additional brand deals. He obviously doesn't need to. You gotta remember, this guy has got paid a lot more than this to play golf in the last couple of years. So, you know, I don't think Bryson's doing it for the money, but I do think it's cool. I think this is almost like a motivational video for like a lot of like aspiring creators to really see what can be done, like to see what can be achieved. Because Bryson right now has, I'm pretty sure, the highest view count. Like if we just go quickly take a look, I'm pretty sure, so his last 28 days, you could really call it 20 million, right? Because we add the 100,000 from here, to that 300,000, but it's 400,000 because this total in the last 28 days of 15 million didn't include the 5 million to date from the Trump. So this is 20 million. So this is all up by 100,000. So 400,000, 20 million. But if we go look, the only other creators that I think might be close to him in view counts would be Rick Shields. Let's see, last 28 days. Nope, he's below it, 12.8. And the other one would be Good. But I don't know if they're going to be above it either. Let's quickly go check. Good, 15.25. So right on the edge, but the Trump video has pushed Bryson. So obviously Good is very close second. If it wasn't for the Trump video, they'd be like right there. But yeah, Bryson right now is the most viewed YouTube channel in the last 28 days. So that would golf YouTube channel, obviously. So listen, this could be an aspirational thing for, you know, up and coming creators. It's crazy. It's possible. It's crazy to see. But let's go to lifetime. So if we go to look at Bryson's channel, this is in the last 365 days, 82.5 million views. For rounding sake, we're going to add in the Trump video here and call it 87 million views in the last 365 days. So obviously, again, this is view stats. This is pretty funny, the estimation, just not knowing. Again, this platform does not understand the differential, or it has no way to calculate the differential CPMs of different niches. But because, like I explained in the last video, YouTube Golf has so many advertisers that want to sponsor the golf videos who make golf products, the CPMs, the brands compete for the advertising spots, and then the CPMs get really high because of that competition. So if you had like a $3 RPM like Mr. Beast does, this is about how much Bryson would have made off 82,000, but thankfully he doesn't have a $3 CPM. So 87 million views divided by 1,000, 87,000 advertising units, $35 CPM. That means YouTube has sold over $3 million in ads on Bryson's channel this year. That is the mathematical estimate, which I do believe is still a low estimate. Now, again, we average out a $20 RPM, which is an estimate. And again, I think it's a low estimate, 87,000, 1.7, call it $5 million in revenue to Bryson's channel. Now, lots of people in the last video were commenting like, obviously they have operating expenses, and that's like, yes, I understand that. And if people don't understand that, yes, that Bryson has to pay people to do the channel. He has to pay all the travel. He has to pay all these different things. Like I'm not saying he's, you know, at the end of the day, this is what he's putting in his pocket after taxes and everything. It's obviously much lower, but I'm just showing you gross revenue of the channel year to date in this mathematical estimate off the numbers that we have, which I think is the closest estimate you're going to get based off everything. So listen, it's crazy. I mean, the video, number one, Bryson's channel in general is not for the money. Like, this dude has done something that we've never seen done in golf before. He's completely changed his image around. Like, you know, 2-3 years ago, Bryson was not one of the most loved professional golfers. Like, he was getting heckled, he was getting booed, he was having all these, you know, moments on social media and in the press where people were saying things, he was reacting, people were slamming him for it online, and then he didn't have the best reputation, and he's accredited the turning of the crowd onto his side, both at the US Open, the PGA Championships, other events, to YouTube, to his YouTube channel. That is what he's accredited the change to. And if you watched his US Open, like, the dude was talking to the fans like in the final round, in like the last couple holes, like he's like, oh, sorry guys, I'm not gonna hit driver, like before hitting shots. Like, he's a man of the people right now, and he's done it in this way. So listen, this video is not just about the money that's brought in from his channel or the Trump video. It's an interesting statistic that we use to talk about it, but really it's the impact that the channel has had not only on his life, but also on YouTube Golf as a whole. He's so quickly rocketed to one of the top creators in every metric possible on the platform, and he's doing it in such a genuine way. He doesn't just have people producing the videos for him and he's just a face on it. Like, he's invested, he cares. Everyone I've talked to that's filmed with him says like, yeah, no, he's legit, like he's in this. So super cool to see. Good for him, man. He's done such an amazing job. This video was literally groundbreaking, and it's doing great things for the space. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below and who you want me to talk about next. I'll see you in the next one.